Okay, guys, hey, happy Halloween. I'm going to be doing a list of my top 10 favorite scenes from the Halloween movies. And I have not seen all the Halloween movies. The only ones I've seen is the first one, the second one, the Halloween 2018, and then Halloween Kills, and I saw Halloween Ends, the newest one. So I've seen a total of 5 Halloween movies, and I heard the others are just not necessary to watch. So yeah, so these are all the movies. Those are all the movies I've seen, and so I'm just gonna be making a list of my top 10 favorite scenes from those 5 movies. And also, I just did as you can see, I did a painting of all the slasher 4. I did a painting of 4 slasher horror movie villains: Pennywise, Michael Myers, Ghostface, and Jason Voorhees, and so those are the paintings I did for Halloween, and so this is what I'm gonna be doing. So and just a warning: if you guys have not seen Halloween Ends yet, this video does contain some spoilers from Halloween Ends. So I'm just warning you guys not to watch this video if you've not seen Halloween Ends, unless you're one of those people who don't care. Like, if you watch the first one, you're like, the first one was enough for me. Then I'm like, well, okay, then watch it. But if you want to see Halloween Ends, and you are avoiding spoilers, don't watch this video. But if you have seen Halloween Ends, enjoy the video. Some honorable mentions are the bathroom attack from Halloween 2018, the Devil's Eyes from the original when they're inside Michael's house, when the doctor mentions the Devil's Eyes. And then the scene where Michael steals the car from the original one, when he steals the car. And so at number 10 is the scene where Michael from the Halloween 2018, where these two people, I forget their name, they go and visit Michael in this asylum you see the back of his head, and he keeps on saying, where you see the guy holding Michael's mask up, he's in this asylum. That scene was actually pretty intense because, like, you actually see the back of Michael's head. They don't really show his face, but, like, you see the back of his head, and it's intense. And so it's a very interesting scene because that's how the movie opens, and it's pretty cool. I like it. That's a very cool scene. It's because it shows it foreshadows the whole movie of how he comes back, and it's pretty cool. So yeah. Okay, at number 9 is the scene where Michael Myers is driving in the neighborhood from the very first Halloween movie, from where he's driving in the neighborhood, and where these 3 teenage girls are in the neighborhood, and I forget exactly what she shouts. What this girl shouts, she's like, "Hey, jerk," or something, or I can't remember, and he literally stops. That part was so creepy. It was actually kind of funny a bit. And so he's just driving around the neighborhood, and it was pretty funny. So that is a pretty funny scene, and it's so creepy too, and the music matches perfectly, and so I like that. I like that part. It's pretty creepy, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. Okay, at number 8 is the scene from Halloween 2 where he walks into this, where Laurie says, "Why won't he die?" where he walks into the store or something, or like it's like a doctor's office. I can't remember what it is. He walks into the store, and he literally just walks in there and literally just shatters the glass. He literally just walks in, and the glass just shatters. And Laurie says, "Why won't he die?" And they constantly shoot him. And from Halloween 2, it's the chase scene from Halloween 2, and he literally just walks in, and the glass literally just shatters. He doesn't even punch it, and it just shatters. And so, yeah, it's a pretty cool, it's a good action scene at the end of the movie, and it's a lot like the way the first one was. And I liked, like, the suspense in this scene, so yeah. Okay, at number 7 is the scene from Halloween, the Firefighters versus Michael Myers, from Halloween Kills, the scene where he walks out of the burning house, and he's fighting firefighters, like, and he's literally like severing him up and like sawing them down. It's like it's pretty intense, and I like the action scenes, and it gets very brutal. It's like hard to watch. I remember watching it in theaters. I was like, oh, gross, and but meanwhile, my friend in that theater is not squeamish at all, and I can be a bit. And that was a pretty cool action scene. I liked the suspense, and I liked the effects in that scene, and it just the way he walks out of the burning building. It's pretty scary, and it's intense, and I like the action scenes, and I love that scene. So the Michael Myers versus the Firefighters is awesome. At number 6 is the scene where at number 6 is where Michael Myers versus the mob from Halloween Kills, where he's fighting Tommy Doyle from and the mob from he's fighting the mob, and then that scene was pretty intense. Like I like that scene a lot because it shows that he's literally like they're literally trying to stop him, but like he's so unstoppable. And then that scene, if spoilers if you've not seen Halloween Kills, just okay if you clicked over there. So yeah, that scene where Michael literally is like he stabs Tommy, and that was surprising. When Tommy died, I did not see his death coming. I literally, my jaw dropped when I first saw that scene in theaters. I did not see that coming. I did not see his death coming. That was surprising. And that scene was intense. First because first of all, because like he's fighting, and then he's so immortal, and he just literally like he kills everyone, and then he stabs Tommy, and it's like it was so. I did not see Tommy's death coming. I really didn't. And yeah, it's just that scene where Michael fights the mob. It's a great scene. Best scene in Halloween Kills. Okay, at number 5 is the opening to the very first Halloween, from the opening to the first Halloween movie, you know, where he goes upstairs and stabs his sister. That scene, the way it opens it's like so suspenseful. That has to be like one of the best. That's like the best way to open a horror movie. That's one of the best ways to open a movie, period, where he goes upstairs and he kills his sister, then he comes down, and then he was only a little kid when he killed his sister, and that was like, I did not see his death coming, because the way he goes outside, he literally the father takes his mask off, and he looks like an innocent child. That was surprising. The fact that it's like, and the way the way it opens, that's the best one of, if not the best way to open. It's one of the best opening scenes in movies. And so the way it opens it's pretty scary. Like, he gets his mask on, he's like, it's like, so yeah. Halloween, so the scene where he stabs, the opening scene to Halloween. At number 4, is when Michael Myers gets burned alive at the end of the movie from Halloween 2018, where Laurie Strode and her daughter and the granddaughter are fighting Michael Myers, and then they trap him in the basement and they burn down the house. That scene was so badass. It's like, that was badass. And the fight, it just was so epic at the end, and it was the best. It was the way it ended, with the way it set up the way it set up Halloween Kills was very awesome. Like, it showed the fact that the last scene where Michael is the scene where Michael is looking up at the camera, and he's burnt and he's still alive from the fire. It's a really good shot, and the way it's shot is so awesome. Okay, at 3 is the scene where Michael gets grinded from Halloween Ends, you know, where they throw him in the grind and then he dies. the way they're having like a parade at the end of the movie, they're all like, the way it was so satisfying to watch that. And after watching that, the whole franchise, the way it just concludes, the scene where they just throw him into that grind and he gets grinded to death. It was very satisfying. And so, watching that, gave me the chills. It's like, it was a very, very satisfying scene to finally kill off a character to finally kill off a villain that's been immortal for decades. And so that was so satisfying. Okay, at number 2 is the chase scene from Halloween, the first Halloween, where she's inside the house, one of the houses, and then she finds all the dead bodies, and she finds Michael Myers, and he starts trying to, and she almost gets stabbed, and then she escapes the house, and she starts running. Then Michael Myers is like walking behind her, and he nearly gets her, and the final scene where that scene was scary. I remember watching it. I got a little bit frightened by that scene. That scene was scary, where he's just walking, and it was the best scene from the very first Halloween movie. The way he's just walking, he's literally walking like a zombie. The fact that he's still walking and nearly manages to catch her, it's like, is so scary. Like, and then she literally rips his mask off, and and you see his face, and it was pretty scary. And the best scene from the first Halloween movie, and I'd say one of the best scenes in horror movies. So, the chase scene. And at number 1 is the scene where Laurie Strode Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers from Halloween Ends. That scene was so satisfying to watch. She literally, like, as she's fighting him, she tortures him and like stabs his hands, both of his hands at the table, and drops the fridge on him. This scene was so awesome. It was so satisfying to watch Laurie Strode finally beat the shit out of Michael Myers, and she literally stabs the shit out of him, and like she's like stabbing him, and she stabs him in the armpits, she stabs him in the hands, and like in the and that scene was brutal. It was so brutal, but like it was so satisfying to watch, and it's like it has to be like one of the best scenes in horror movies. This has to be maybe definitely one of the best fight scenes in horror movies. I did not like this new. I was not too crazy about the newest Halloween movie, but this scene though was the best part of the whole movie. If this scene was almost nearly for the whole movie, the movie would have been great. But this scene was just so awesome, and that's why it's the best scene in the Halloween franchise, because you see the part right before Michael dies. You see those two fighting. You see the final fight scene, and it is so epic. It's one of the most epic fight scenes in horror movies, and the scene was done so well. Like I was like, yes, get him, beat him. Like, it was so satisfying to watch her stab him so much after all of the stuff he did to everyone else. So that's all I gotta say. So yeah, those were my list. Those were my top 10 favorite scenes from the Halloween movies. And so yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me what's your favorite scene from the Halloween movies. Just give me your make a list, or tell me your favorite scene from the Halloween movies, and you can maybe even do the list of movies. If you've seen all of them, you can include those. I just haven't seen all of the movies. I've only seen those 5. But yeah, so yeah, those are my my favorite scenes. So yeah, comment below, let me know, and if you like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like. All right, happy Halloween.